What's up, DJ Canali, back here with another tutorial using Logic Pro. Today we are going to be doing a pitch bend into a bootleg, and we're going to get a little creative as we go into that bootleg, but the main thing will be the pitch bend. I've gone over how to create a bootleg in a previous tutorial. With this one, I'm really going to focus on bending the pitch up into the bootleg. I guess you could say a little bit of my own remix, but really just for maybe 2 or 3 measures. So the first thing I'm going to do is, I already know we're going to be working at 130 BPMs. I'm going to go over to Serato DJ and I'm going to pull in the 2 tracks that we're going to be using. The first one is a remix by Soundcheck. It's Hello versus the 7 Nation Army. They did a phenomenal job. This is what it sounds like. Alright, we all know that song. And then they do a great job of pitch bending on their own and going into 7 Nation Army, which the entire world knows. Alright, so I love it. It's a great track all the way up into this point. Alright, I don't like that drop. Yeah, it's a great drop. It works for them. But like I said, we need to customize our music in order for us to stand out amongst the crowd. Alright. So, alright, here we go. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring us up to speed, so this way our 4 beats are locked into our measure. We have our metronome down here in the bottom right. Alright, we're pretty much good to go. I'm going to delete the first 8 bars here. Like I said in a previous tutorial, I really only like giving DJs, when I give out mixes, 8 bars to work with. I think that any more than that is unnecessary. So right here is where the song really starts. Okay, so this is all good up until, alright. Right here is right where we're going to be working with. I just hit the letter A and I'm zooming in on my mouse pad with 2 fingers, so this way you can see a little bit better what I'm going to be working with. This measure right here is really where we're going to be doing our work. Alright, so starting with measure 57, I really don't need any of this because we're going to be bootlegging that and we're going to be bringing in a different track. We're going to be working with this area right here, 56 to 57. If you notice, that's the first beat, that's the second beat, that's the third beat, and that's the 4th beat. She says 4 words in this measure, came to say hello, and each one of those words starts on a new beat. So if I put my metronome on, and the last word that she says, hello, which is right here, is 2 syllables, they just cut off the last part of the word hello. So here we go. Alright, so now we're going to take it a step further. We're going to double click right underneath over here our blank space to give us another area to work with. I'm actually going to delete with the to say hello part. Alright, so the only part left is came. Alright, now I'm going to highlight this, I'm going to click it and drag it down here. Alright, so right now, alright. So now, holding Option and clicking, I'm going to duplicate it. Alright, you can also highlight and now Option, click and drag, and it'll drag both of them. So I've copied it 4 times. So she should be saying the word came 4 times. Alright, so I'm actually going to take it a step further, and this is just me getting creative here. And I'm going to cut this in half again. Alright, and now I'm going to use this. Highlight. Again, this is just me customizing the song the way I want to. Alright, so we're basically chopping them up right now from a full beat into a half beat, and then we're going to go into a quarter beat into the next measure, but I want you guys to hear what this sounds like right now. you can probably have guessed by now that I'm going to cut it in half again. Alright, Option, click and drag. Alright, highlight these two, click and drag. Then we can highlight all four because it could get a little tedious if you do it over and over. And then our last time. Alright, so if we hit our letter A, this is what it looks like right now. Up until this point, the 56 measure, that's all normal, and then that's my work coming in. So here we go. Alright, so now we're going to hit our letter A again. Alright, now the first thing we need to do is we need to highlight all these. Okay, and we're going to hold down the control button and we're going to click. And what we want to do is we want to merge them all. The reason why is because right now they're all different tracks. We want to make it one long track, one 3-measure long track. Measure 56, 57, and 58. So we go ahead and hit merge, and we are going to go ahead and create it. Alright, so now it's going to sound the same, it's just basically one track. Alright, so hit our letter A again, and we're able to work. Okay, we want to make sure our second track is highlighted. We hit our letter A. Now over here underneath Insert, you're going to click the empty box. So right now it says no plugin. We're going to come down to Audio Units, and we're going to go to Apple, and we're going to be working with the AU pitch. Alright, this little screen right here is going to pop up, but we really don't need to worry about that right now. Alright, we're going to click on our volume button right here. Alright, and you're going to see AU pitch. We're going to come over, and there should be something that says pitch. Here it is. Alright, so now we're going to make 2 points. A point to start. You always start at 0, and then a point to finish, which for now we're going to leave it at 0. So there's not going to be any difference in the pitch that you hear because we're going from 0 to 0. Let's see what it looks like. So the one way that we could do this is we could take the pitch and we can raise it up a little bit. Alright, so you're going to notice an increase in the pitch. Alright, actually that's it's not too bad. So you hear that in a lot of EDM tracks when the build-up's coming, they raise the pitch of the voice. So there you go, it's a pretty simple way to do it right there. Okay, so now we're going to go back to our point. Actually, we're going to use our fade tool. Alright, now we're going to work, we're going to hit A, alright, because we don't want to disrupt our pitch. If we hit A again, the pitch isn't going to go anywhere. So, alright, it just minimizes that a little bit. Now I'm going to put this for 1 measure. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I'm going to want to beat crush it. Alright, and you'll see what that means. Over here on the left where my mouse is, you'll see it says fade out. Instead of a fade out, we're going to want to slow down. And you'll notice over here the wavelength has actually turned, it's turned orange. Okay, so you can still adjust it. So we'll leave it one beat. Alright, let's see what this sounds like. Alright, so I don't like that. That's too much. That's way too much. Alright, so let's see what a half of a beat sounds like. Alright. See here. Alright, so that's not bad. Alright, I'm actually going to just loosen it up. Alright, so we'll go half of a, we'll go 2 beats. Alright, so now we hit A, alright, hit escape, go back to our pointer tool. We want a nice drop right here. So I've already pre-selected one. I've chose Dimitri Vegas and Like Mike, the song Louder. Alright, so, alright, here we go. So it's already 130 BPM, you can see right there. So we're going to click it and we're going to drag it over, and then it's going to convert. You may or may not like the way this comes out, but at least you'll have an idea of how to change the pitch and drop in a bootleg. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move this over to where we're going to start it. Alright, remember holding command, click and drag. Right there is about right. We'll start that up right here. Let's use our metronome, make sure we're in time. Excellent. Alright, so we only want the drop from this song. That's going to be fairly easy. Alright, so we can delete right before we hear the drop. We're going to click and drag our drop over here. See what this sounds like. Alright, so I can tell already that I don't like the beat crusher here. Hey, you learned something new in this tutorial, but I'm not going to use that. Alright, another thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to expand this. Alright, let's see what we're working with here. So another thing we can do here, what are we working with? Alright, so we're going to fade into our drop from our other song. Alright, right there at 66, we can get a little creative, right? We can, there we go. We're going to recreate another space. We are going to command and highlight this whole thing, and then click and drag it. Alright, so we're going to move this down here, and then we're just going to raise the audio a little bit. It's kind of disappearing a little bit into the background. Let's go to 1.5. Let's see how that sounds. Pretty cool. Option, click, drag, right? Alright. Take that out. Let's go find the outro. Alright, there we go, we have our outro. Alright, we'll give them 16 measures to work with. Alright, so it's going to end at 99. So we can put that at the bottom here. Alright, so here we go. Let's see how this sounds. One more is needed right here. Alright, so this is what we'll just play what we worked with. Alright, and the last thing that we could do is we can actually add that up there.